Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going undercover, strapping ourselves in, and soaring into the world of flight attendants. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps us out. We're talking about the behind-the-scenes secrets, the stuff they don't print in those tiny airplane magazines. Ever wonder how they handle those passengers? Or what those weird little codes they mumble mean? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to break the no talking during takeoff rule and spill all the tea. Okay, let's be real. We've all been on a flight and thought, that guy looks like he's about to hijack the plane with a spork. It's a fleeting thought, but it crosses our minds. We can't help but notice the odd behaviors and peculiar actions of our fellow passengers. Turns out, flight attendants are practically trained psychics. They undergo rigorous training programs that teach them to read people like open books. It's not just about serving drinks and ensuring seatbelts are fastened. They go through extensive training to spot potential troublemakers. This training includes learning to identify subtle signs of distress, anxiety, or even potential threats. They are trained to be hyper-aware of their surroundings and the people in them. Think less Minority Report and more subtle cues and suspicious behavior. It's about noticing the small things that most of us would overlook. A nervous twitch, a bit of excessive sweating, or even someone who seems just a bit too interested in the emergency exits. We're talking about folks who are overly intoxicated, agitated, or just giving off a general, I might start a fight over a bag of peanuts vibe. These are the passengers who might cause disruptions and need to be managed before things escalate. And it's not just about safety, it's about keeping things calm and collected at 30,000 feet. A peaceful cabin is a happy cabin, and flight attendants are the unsung heroes who ensure that peace is maintained. Nobody wants to deal with a screaming match while they're trying to enjoy their in-flight pretzels. The goal is to make the flight as pleasant as possible for everyone on board. So next time you're boarding and see a flight attendant giving someone the side eye, know that they're just doing their job, keeping the skies friendly, one suspicious character at a time. Their vigilance ensures that we can all sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Ever notice how flight attendants sometimes talk in hushed tones like they're gossiping about the latest celebrity scandal? You might think they're sharing juicy tidbits about the passengers or discussing their weekend plans. Well, they might be, but they also have their own secret code words and phrases. These aren't just random words. They're carefully chosen to convey specific messages quickly and discreetly. Think of it like their own language, a bit like how doctors talk in medical jargon so patients don't accidentally perform surgery on themselves. This specialized lingo helps them manage everything from minor inconveniences to major emergencies without alarming passengers. Some of these codes are pretty straightforward, like cross-check, which isn't a hockey term in this case but means they're making sure all the doors are armed for takeoff or landing. It's a crucial part of their safety protocol. Then there are the more cryptic ones like 7500, which sounds like a great price for a used car but actually means, wait for it, potential hijacking. This code is rarely used, but it's vital for ensuring the crew can act swiftly and decisively. Don't worry though, they've got everything under control. Flight attendants are trained to handle these situations with calm and precision, ensuring passenger safety at all times. These codes just help them communicate quickly and efficiently without causing a panic in the peanut gallery. So next time you see them whispering, remember, they're not just chatting, they're keeping you safe. Alright, time to address the elephant in the cargo hold. What happens when someone kicks the bucket mid-flight? It's a morbid thought, but hey, it happens. First of all, let's clear the air. It's not like they just open the emergency exit and, they have procedures in place, folks. Usually they'll try to move the deceased to a less populated area of the plane, like those empty rows everyone fights for. If the flight's full, well, they do their best to make things as respectful as possible. They might cover the person with a blanket, dim the lights, set the mood. The crew is also trained to handle the situation with sensitivity and compassion because, let's face it, nobody wants to deal with a dead body on their day off, let alone at 30,000 feet. We've all been there, stuck in the middle seat, desperately trying to avoid eye contact with our bladder as it screams for a bathroom break. But timing is everything when it comes to those tiny airplane lavatories. You don't want to be that person who holds up the beverage cart because they decided to answer nature's call at the worst possible moment. So when's the best time to make your move? Flight attendants suggest waiting until after the drink service is complete. Why? Because nobody wants to be trapped in a metal tube with the smell of coffee and recycled air, while someone else is doing their business 2 feet away. Trust me on this one. Plus, once the seatbelt sign is off, you can usually sneak in a quick trip without causing a conga line behind you. Let's be real. We've all dreamed of getting that magical, we'd like to invite you to move to first class tap on the shoulder. It's the ultimate travel fantasy, turning a cramped economy seat into a luxurious first class experience. While it's not as simple as smiling sweetly and hoping for the best, there are a few things you can do to increase your chances. It's about playing your cards right and knowing the unspoken rules of the game. First of all, dress to impress. Airlines often upgrade passengers who look the part. No, you don't need to show up in a ball gown or a tuxedo, but leave the sweatpants and flip-flops at home. Opt for smart casual attire. Think business casual. Politeness goes a long way too. A warm smile and a friendly demeanor can make a world of difference. Treat the gate agents and flight attendants with respect. They're the ones with the power to make your upgrade dreams come true. A little kindness can go a long way. And hey, a little kindness never hurt anyone. Offer to help fellow passengers or simply be courteous. Offer to switch seats with someone who got stuck in a middle seat, or just be a generally pleasant human being. Your good deeds might just be noticed by the right person. Remember, it's all about making a good impression. Your behavior and appearance can set you apart from the crowd. You never know who's watching, or who might have a first-class seat with your name on it. So, next time you fly, put your best foot forward and you might just find yourself sipping champagne in first class. Ever wonder how much those smiling faces in the sky are actually raking in? Well, it's not all champagne and caviar, folks. Contrary to popular belief, flight attendants don't actually get paid for the time they spend folding your laundry. I mean, assisting passengers. The clock starts when that airplane door closes and the engines start humming. Yep, all that pre-flight prep work, safety demonstrations, and dealing with lost luggage, unpaid, my friends. Once the plane is in the air, they're on the clock. But their salaries can vary depending on their experience, the airline they work for, and whether they're flying domestic or international routes. It's not always glamorous, but hey, someone's got to keep those tiny bottles of wine flowing at 30,000 feet. Ever notice how flight attendants always look so polished and put together, even after a 10-hour flight with screaming babies and turbulent skies? Well, there's a reason for that. They have stricter grooming standards than a Hollywood movie set. We're talking perfectly coiffed hair, flawless makeup, and uniforms that look like they were ironed by a team of origami experts. And don't even get me started on the nails. Chipped polish? Forget about it. They might as well hand you a nail file and a bottle of remover right then and there. It might seem a little over the top, but hey, they are representing the airline, and first impressions matter. Plus, who doesn't love a little bit of glamour in their lives, even if it's at 30,000 feet? Think flight attendants just serve drinks and hand out blankets? Think again. These men and women are basically airborne superheroes trained to handle everything from medical emergencies to unruly passengers. We're talking CPR, first aid, and even delivering babies. Okay, maybe not delivering babies every day, but they are trained to handle childbirth if the situation arises. They go through rigorous training to deal with a wide range of medical situations, from fainting spells to heart attacks. They're like walking, talking first aid kits, equipped to handle whatever medical mayhem comes their way. So next time you see a flight attendant, give them a nod of appreciation. They're not just there to make sure you get your complimentary peanuts, they're also the guardians of your in-flight well-being. Let's be real, flying can be stressful, but that's no excuse for treating flight attendants like your personal servants or taking your travel frustrations out on the person next to you. Unfortunately, flight attendants have to deal with their fair share of rude passengers. We're talking everything from eye rolls and demanding snaps to full-blown temper tantrums. And let's not forget about the classic, "Do you know who I am?" line. Spoiler alert, they don't care. You're just another passenger to them, even if you are a platinum status, frequent flyer celebrity chef. So next time you're on a flight, remember to pack your patience and your manners. A little kindness goes a long way, especially at 30,000 feet. Ever wonder how flight attendants survive those grueling, long-haul flights without turning into sleep-deprived zombies? Well, they have a secret weapon. Secret sleeping quarters. Okay, maybe not so secret, but definitely hidden from the prying eyes of passengers. On larger planes, there are often small windowless cabins tucked away where the crew can catch a few winks. These rest areas are usually equipped with bunk beds, curtains for privacy, and sometimes even temperature controls. It's like a tiny airborne dormitory, minus the ramen noodle dinners and all-night study sessions. So, next time you're on a long flight and you see a flight attendant disappear for a while, don't worry. They're not joining the Mile High Club, they're probably just catching some much-needed shut-eye. Well, there you have it, folks. A glimpse behind the curtain into the wild world of flight attendants. They deal with a lot, from grumpy passengers to emergency landings, and they do it all with a smile. So next time you're on a flight, remember to be nice to your flight attendants. They're not just there to serve you drinks, they're highly trained professionals who keep you safe in the air. And who knows, maybe if you're lucky, they'll even upgrade you to first class. But don't get your hopes up. Those seats are usually reserved for celebrities and people who pretend to know me.